Well,
Let's look
yes.
let's look at what the Booker Prize shortlist is, just to
Go
see if
for it.
we've read any of it. I
You
think
do
it
the
was
share screen.
I will. I need to find if I need to
I
see
did
if
want to
I
say something about audiobooks. Oh,
please.
it was this. So James we could listen to on audiobook, but then we were like, well, let's listen to Huckleberry Finn now.
Oh God.
And we couldn't do it. We just kept sort of getting tired and wandering off mentally in the
Yeah.
car. It's sort of, I think, you know, 19th century books, I think, are meant to be read as books. And not that it was boring in and of itself, but I think as an audiobook, it doesn't, it's just more spacious, the story unfolds slowly kind of thing.
I
So
wanted I wanted
interesting.
pictures of these books. Oh, I guess these are.
There you go.
So these are the six books on the short list. Um, then of course, yeah, they also do the women's prize. Um, I'm gonna have to go to a list to actually read them because I can't read those titles. So, I mean, for goodness sakes, give me the title and the author. I'm not a freaking genius, okay? I
Can
can't
you
just
can you go down? Can you scroll down?
yeah, but like I don't think oh, here we go, here we go,
There
here
you
we
go.
go. Okay, here we go. Okay, okay, okay. Thank you, everybody. So we've got Held by Anne Michaels, a narrative that spans generations, moments of connection and consequence. Have you ever heard of that?
No, but I had a date with someone named Ann Michaels in high school,
Do you think
and
that's
she
her?
disappeared.
My
So
God.
I don't know.
Maybe she's a
All right,
novelist now.
maybe she is.
Creation Lake by Rachel Kushner. Now, I have heard people love Rachel Kushner, and I have heard that this book is very popular right now.
Yeah, I've heard of it too. I've heard of her. I haven't read her stuff. It sounds intimidating to me
Hmm.
somehow.
Part
Yeah.
spy novel, part profound treatise on human history.
Wow.
Orbital by Samantha Harvey, which is about astronauts.
Wow, look out. Haven't heard of it.
Whoa. I have a friend who would love this book. I'm going to make a note of it. James by Percival Everett, which we just heard a lovely recommendation for.
It's the only man on the list, I think, as
That's
well.
interesting.
Hmm.
The Safe Keep, which is an exhilarating tale of twisted desire, histories, and homes.
Oh,
Love that. And The Legacy of One of the 20th Century's Greatest Tragedies by Yael van der Wooden or Wooden.
yeah.
Yael van der Wooden.
There you go.
And Stoneyard Devotional. The past comes knocking, and Charlotte Wood's fearless exploration of forgiveness, grief, and female friendship. Okay, so this year's
Wow.
Booker shortlist is for the ladies, except for
The James.
Percival Everett.
Yeah.
Neat. Keep an eye on
You know,
those.
it's fascinating. And again, it's the same thing. It's like I haven't heard of any of these authors except for
Mm-mm.
Rachel Kushner and Percival Everett. And it's just so fast. I mean, where do people hear? There's so many books and
I
people love
think
them.
that the Booker Prize is pretty international, and it used to only be British, I think.
Right, it did. Or,
So
or the
maybe that,
Commonwealth.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, so like Welsh and Scottish writers might win. I think that maybe that is part of it.
Man, yeah, that's true. Yeah, when you go to bookstores in England and you go in and they show the bestsellers, you're like, what are these books?
Yeah, I've never heard of these books.
There's a few that you see. There was something else I wanted to bring up. Oh, Liz,
What?
it was literary. It was reading. Oh, was it you who was talking about being really into vloggers lately?
Yeah, I love a vlog. I love
Vloggers.
a vlog. Yeah.
Well, I didn't know what, I mean, I sort of know what you mean in concept, and
Hmm.
I stumbled upon a book vlogger
Yeah.
uh, whose name is Eric something something.
Okay. Okay.
And let me just find that up.
Bookstagram is a whole thing, and Book Talk and BookTube. There are a lot
Really?
of book influencers out there who are not writers and who don't work in publishing. They're just readers. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, exactly. And this guy, so it's Eric Carl Anderson, and he's called The Lonesome Reader, and he did his top 10 books of the year so far, and two of the 10 I have read and
Oh,
recommended on this
oh,
show.
you're kidding. Maybe he's a listener.
I bet he is. This is where
Yeah,
he gets his recommendations.
obviously. He should
Uh,
shout us out.
North Woods,
Uh-huh.
recommended earlier in the year, and James, which I just recommended.
Nice.
I was going to recommend it. So anyway, it was kind of fun to listen to, you know. We
I
could do,
was really into it for a while. And in fact, I got a lot of reading recommendations and also felt like I had a lot of support in reading being a hobby in and of itself with
right.
just these other folks who are enthusiastic about reading. And some of them, like on TikTok, there a lot of times it's folks who are getting back into reading. Or people that you would not expect to be readers. There's one great TikTok. I wish I knew the guy's name. I'll text Greg if I come up with it before we post this. But he grew up, he was kind of one of those kids in school that just faked it all the way through school that he could read, and he really couldn't. Like he graduated from high school unable to read.
Ooh,
And finally in adulthood, he was like, I gotta figure this out. And he has been teaching himself to read and being taught and documenting it all on TikTok. And it's
oh,
fascinating. It like starts with him really reading like picture books and then moving on to like he just read Anne Frank, The Diary of a Young Girl, like reading all of these books that he wouldn't, didn't read in school. It's so moving. So there are a lot of great stories like that out there in the social media book world.
wow, that is fascinating. A little bit I worry that I would just fall down a rabbit hole if I really start looking at this stuff.
It's pretty fun, and it becomes parasocial. Like there's this one guy, his name's Simon Savage, and he's in England, and now I think he's like a commentator on the BBC about books. But when I started watching him, he was just like a guy who read a lot, and I love him. I love his personality. He has great taste in books. He
Yeah,
just
you've
lives this
talked
really
about
sweet
him.
life. Yeah, I recommended him once on a podcast.
He's like a friend of yours, you feel like.
Yeah, I do exactly.
Well, so vloggers could be a new thing. Um,
Yeah,
or I guess it's not so new, but for me,
new for you.
yeah, Liz, I don't know. I just want to read. Um,
Same.
I just want to read. I
I
don't
know.
want to fuss with things that are too difficult for me, like the Psalm says.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, I
I'm
just,
gonna start a new book tonight. It's called Mad Woman.
oh,
Although I might get a hankering to just pick up a cheap paperback somewhere and read that instead.
so is Mad Woman classy reading? It's not
I
the
think it's pretty
trashy.
smart. It also had a New York Times review.
Oh,
It's not about
oh,
vampires.
the Louisiana vampire cult did not get a New York Times review.
Not that I'm aware
Well, that's not fair. Uh, my next book is going to be, well, this is my trash reading, Liz.
of. Ooh, show
When I
me.
was in England a couple of years ago, just in the window, I saw this book and I thought, what a fun title. I'm going to get it for William. And it's called Murder Before Evensong by the
Ooh,
Reverend
oh,
Richard Cole.
fun.
Yeah.
A
And
Canon Clement mystery.
a Canon Clement mystery. So, what the print is big, so it goes
Hmm.
by quickly. The chapters are short. Look how big. I don't know if you can tell.
Oh, how fun. So it's like a cozy mystery set
Yeah, and
in
look at the
church.
inside of the
Oh, how
dog's
cute.
sweaters. It's very
Yeah.
cute. So he, it turns out, is a gay priest, which one shouldn't go by
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
that
mm-hmm.
photo. And so I only read about, so this is the first in a trilogy. So I thought Murder Before Evensong. William loves Evensong, and oh, let's
Yeah.
do this. So we got that, and Richard Coles, and he's kind of popular.
Did William read it?
He did, he
Oh, good
did,
for
yeah.
him.
Well, there are two follow-ups. One is called Murder in the Monastery, and then Death in the something or other, Vicarage
Oh,
or something. I
fun.
don't
Yeah.
remember. It's the new one. So I have all three. So
Oh, fun.
that's going to be my new read, and it's Anglican churches, and the premise of this one is there's a woman who wants there to be a bathroom built in the narthex of
Mm-hmm,
the church,
mm-hmm.
and it's a big thing, a big to do about that, and somehow a murder happens as a
Of
result.
course. I love it. Oh my gosh.
So
How
trash
fun.
reading, that's what's coming.
How